Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my May favorites for all of you guys. If you remember from my April favorites, you'll know that I didn't include a whole lot that month, but I did say that I've been trying out a bunch of stuff and I wanted to make sure that those got into my May favorites because I actually have tried and tested them and made sure that they're favorites, not just I'm obsessed with it for the moment because I just got it. So I have a bunch of stuff, mainly makeup because I did buy a fair amount of makeup the last month or so. So let's just get into it because there are a fair amount of products. Okay, so first up is one of the things that I definitely did pick up in New York City when I was there for IMATS, and it is from Juvias Place, and it is the Saharan palette by Juvias Place. I'm just going to open this. It's kind of messy, I've been using it a lot. But here it is in all of its glory. There are 12 eyeshadows in this. I've definitely been reaching for Jamila, which is this matte orangey brown color. Also Katsina, this is also a really good matte shade. I also have been loving Zoya. It's this beautiful rose goldy shade, along with Lulu. It's a little bit more of a subtle shimmer. I've had some fun with Flula. And I still haven't really tried an eye look with Wodabe, which I clearly am messing up the pronunciation of most of these. But yeah, I absolutely love this palette. I am so happy with it. I got it for around $20, I believe, at IMATS, so it was a really good deal. I do have swatches of all of the shades in this palette up on my blog, so I will put that up on there, but if you haven't tried Juvia's Place yet, I would definitely highly recommend trying to get one of the palettes, whichever one suits your fancy. Yeah, it's just really good. I'm going to stick with eyeshadows right now just because I only had the palette and then this single eyeshadow. And it's from Clinique, and basically I've been reaching for this a lot during the weekends. So it's just a really nice champagne-y shade. I don't even know if you'll really be able to see that, but it's just a beautiful champagne-ish pink beige shade, and it's the Clinique Lid Pop in O2 Cream Pop. It's just really great for the weekends. I typically just pack a makeup bag when I go stay with my boyfriend over the weekend, so usually I'll just pick a really shimmery shade and then a matte brown to throw into the crease, and then that's basically my makeup for the entire weekend. So yeah, this one has been in my makeup, my travel makeup bag, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so it's a definite favorite, and I totally forgot how much I enjoyed it because it's just so nice and subtle and really nice pigmentation, goes on really nicely, and it lasts for the entire day as well. Sticking with the eyes, but not eyeshadows anymore, it's mascara. I've talked about this mascara before. It is definitely one of my favorites, but I haven't used it in a while. I've been using a lot of drugstore mascaras over the last, I would say, 6 months or so. So when I started running out of my Maybelline one, I picked up one of my backups that I had of the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara, and I completely remember why I love this. It gives such nice volume and a little bit of length to my lashes. I love the way that it looks on my bottom lashes especially. It doesn't flake off during the day, it doesn't smudge, it keeps the curl in my lashes all day long. It can get a little bit clumpy, but I kind of like that every so often. But yeah, this mascara is just so good. If you love waterproof mascaras, I highly recommend trying this one out. The packaging is fantastic. It's there's water droplets all over it. If you like to use waterproof mascara, I highly suggest this one. I don't tend to buy expensive mascaras. I tend to only stick to drugstore, but this is one of the only higher end mascaras that I'm willing to shell out the money for because it is so good. Okay, so I'm still sticking with the eye area, but we're moving downward. We basically went lid to lashes, and now we're going to do under eye area. And I don't think it's any surprise for anyone at all. Tarte Shape Tape. I've been using it every single day. I really just don't use anything else under my eyes. I am in the shade Fair Neutral. It is relatively light, so it still gives that highlighting effect. I could go up a shade or two if I wanted to use it around my face, but I typically just I actually use the Makeup Forever Extreme Cover one that's really pigmented. This is super pigmented, but for some reason I think I would only like it underneath the eyes. I don't know why, but it's just kind of the feeling I have. It barely creases underneath my eye. I do have to set it, and I do find that it can crease a little bit just when I first apply it, but then I can pat that in, and then it kind of stays that way for the rest of the day. It doesn't dry out my under eye area either, which is really nice. Ulta exclusive, so if you are close to an Ulta, please go pick this up, although it is really hard, so check online as well. I have a backup already. Someone, my friend Shauna, she picked up one from the States for me. So yeah, so it's exciting because I do go through this a lot, but you do get a ton of product. You get 10 mils or 0.338 fluid ounces, so it's basically a third of a foundation bottle, which is pretty insane. Okay, so still moving down the face. I don't know, this is just how this is working out. I don't really know. It's actually from Mark or Avon, and it's the Cheek Magnet. I haven't had a chance to blog about this yet. I have taken photos, but I have been reaching for this blush so freaking much. It is insane. It is the Cheek Magnet in Mauve Forward, and it is such a beautiful, beautiful shade of blush. It is super creamy, nicely pigmented, not too pigmented that it makes it hard to like blend in and that kind of stuff, but you can see that's like a pretty heavy swatch of it there. It's just so lovely. It, with my Target Up and Up brush, the blush brush, it just goes on so flawlessly. I could see myself wearing this all year round. It's not one of those like winter only blushes or like the bright corals that you would typically only wear in the summer. It is just this really nice neutral shade that goes with a lot of different eye looks as well. I'm just so impressed by it. Okay, so sticking with the cheek area, but this time we're moving into highlighters. And I bought, I think, 4 highlighters, maybe more, when I was in New York City last month. I actually really like all of them, but there are 2 that definitely stood out, and it's from the same brand, and it is the Makeup Revolution London Strobe Highlighter and the Vivid Baked Highlighter Powder. So this is the strobe highlighter, and it's in holographic lights, and what this one is it's basically like a white highlighter, like a pretty icy type of highlight, but you actually get like a green gold reflect with it. They're just so smooth. I'm so impressed with them. They were, I don't even know. Yeah, you're definitely not gonna be able to see that. I know that they were under $10 a piece US. These are just so lovely. Like, I can't get over it. I love the green shift in this because it makes it so unique. And then for the other one, the Vivid Baked Highlighter, this one I've definitely been reaching for as well. And it's just a really nice like light pale gold shade, which is really pretty. I have it on my cheekbones right now, if you can see. It's really pretty. Again, these ones are super easy to like blend in. They're not overly buttery, but they're not overly powdery either, so they're nice in between, I would say. Especially for something like drugstore price, this is fantastic. Okay, next up, still sticking with the highlighter cheek area, and this is from Milk, and it is the Face Gloss. Now, I bought this last summer when I was in Vegas, and it just sat in my drawer for months. I don't know why I didn't reach for it, and I'm really sad that I hadn't reached for it before, like maybe a few weeks ago. I picked it up one night. I just put makeup on. I put foundation and powder on, stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give this a try, see how bad it is with like breaking up my base. Because I figure once I put powder on, it's game over. Like, this will just wreck everything. And boy, was I wrong. This is basically, it looks like a clear lip gloss, but you put it on your face. It is a little bit tacky, not as tacky as you would think a lip gloss would be, and definitely not as like thick and goopy as an eye gloss can be. It's actually fairly thin in formulation. But basically, I just tap it on to like the high points of my face, and what it does, it doesn't quite sink in. It will stay a little bit tacky, but it doesn't like catch any stray hairs that are like flying around. You know how lip gloss can do that. What it does, it just looks like my skin is absolutely glowing, but it looks natural. It's very bizarre. It doesn't break up powder products that are underneath it. It does accentuate any highlighter that you already have on, or you can put highlighter on afterwards too, and it'll basically like really cling to the highlighter, make it nice and strong. But if you're just doing like a really basic makeup look and you want to kind of look like you don't really have any makeup on, this is a great way to give yourself that like really healthy, almost not sweaty, but like kind of glistening glow. It is just so cool. I highly recommend this for dry-skinned people. I don't know how it would wear on oilier skin, but yeah, the fact that it doesn't break down my makeup though is absolutely insane, and it's just really unique, and I think everyone should just go out and pick it up if they like having a very dewy look to their skin. Okay, moving down to the lips, I have two products. One is very basic, but it's from Burt's Bees, and it is their Vanilla Bean Moisturizing Lip Balm. If you've smelled this before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It just smells so good. It's kind of that like chemically vanilla smell, but once you like put it on your lips, it just smells so good. Super moisturizing. I love the way that it makes my lips feel, not waxy or greasy or anything like that. It also keeps the hydration staying around for a while, which is lovely. I just happened to like bring this out one day just as a lip balm, and I absolutely fell in love, and I definitely had to talk about it just because I love the scent of it and I love the way that it moisturizes and hydrates my lips. And then also for lips is a little sample of a Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick, and it is in the shade Lovesick. I absolutely love this shade. No, I'm not wearing it right now. I'm wearing Bianca from ColourPop on my lips right now, which is also a favorite, but not for the month. I've been reaching for this color so much. It's this muted pink color. It is a little bit bright, but not too bright. I just love like the mauve-y, muted nature of it. It goes on so easily. The pigmentation is insane, and it also lasts the entire day. And I would say out of all the Everlasting lipsticks that I have from Kat Von D, I would say that this one has the best wear time from what I see. Also, I find that my lips don't dry out as much because I do find that especially when I wear Lolita, my lips can get very dry when I wear it, but with this one, it doesn't seem to happen as much, and I rarely need to touch this up throughout the day, especially like when I wear it at work. I don't really need to touch it up throughout the day. Okay, and then lastly, I have two skincare items, one of which I've already talked about, but I have been using it a lot more because my skin for the first couple weeks of May was just chaotic. I couldn't get it to be fully moisturized. My foundation just wasn't sitting properly on it. It was just very frustrating, so I went back to the Old Faithful, the Fresh Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil. I absolutely love this stuff, and I've talked about it before. I've added it to foundations in the past. I put it on in the morning once I'm done getting ready. I put it on at night to really hydrate my skin. I use it in a bunch of different ways, and it's just so lightweight. It doesn't break me out. It doesn't make me look too greasy throughout the day if I add it to foundations. If I have a foundation that's a very drying one, I definitely have to put this in so that my skin basically doesn't eat the foundation for the oils in it and then leave me looking like super dry. It will instead kind of like eat the oils in this. I don't know. It works out. I have like, you probably can't really see it, but I had like a huge grouping of like 2 or 3 like cystic acne like spots here. Super annoying, but I actually put this on once they kind of like popped and kind of went away and they were drying out. I actually put this on before putting any makeup on, just so that it didn't dry out my foundation and concealer. And then I made sure that I set my concealer really well with a loose powder, so then that way nothing would kind of slip around. But I definitely found that this helped kind of minimize the look of those like nasty acne like drying up spots. And then lastly, I've recently just posted about this on my blog as well, so I'll link that down below. But this is from Paula's Choice. It is the Resist Omega Plus Complex Serum. Basically, it fortifies and nourishes skin. It has omegas 3, 6, and 9 in it, just like the fresh oil actually, which is actually kind of funny that that's what I've been really loving in my skincare, but not really funny. I have dry skin. I obviously want oils to be put into my skin. But this serum is so nice. I can't get over it. The texture of it is so lightweight. It sinks into the skin super quickly, but it hydrates and like plumps up my skin. I'm just so impressed with how this serum leaves my skin feeling. Sometimes I feel like I don't even really need a moisturizer, but I of course put one on because it will lock everything in. But I'm just so impressed. I use 1 to 2 pumps both morning and night. It's just so good if you have dry skin. I think normal skin would be really good with this as well. Oily skin, I don't really know. I feel like some people would be able to. It might actually minimize your oil production just because you are adding in those good omegas into your skin, so it might balance some things out. But if you have dry or normal skin, I think that this would be fantastic. It does say all skin types, so oily skin, I do think that you could try it, but just be warned that there are the omegas in there. So some people just don't really like that if they are already oily. It's just so good. I check out my blog post. I go into more detail about what other ingredients are in it, but yeah, this is just, I'm just so impressed. Every so often you get that skincare product that you just want all the time, and I think I'm gonna probably buy this after I'm done the bottle, just because I use it so often, and I love the way that my skin feels and looks once I use it. And that's it. Those were my May favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I've been loving for the last month and a bit. Some of those products I did get in New York, so they were in my life prior to May. But yeah, if you guys have done any videos or blog posts about your favorites recently, please link them down below so I can go check them out. I am off to see The Weeknd now, and that's why I have like glitter and stuff on my eyes. If you follow me on Snapchat, you will already know that. Or Instagram. You'll probably know that I went to see The Weeknd. If you don't follow me there, I always have my social media linked down below as well. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye!